We continue with the introduction to the Zohar. We are in chapter Yud-Bet, 12. V'hineni dva'er, it's now clear to us, דבר התיקון של הרצון לקבל המוטבע בנשמות מצד מחשבת הבריאה. The fixing of the desire to receive that include within our personality from the מחשבת הבריאה, from the thought of the creation. Meaning every person born with a selfish behavior, with the ego, is part of creation. Why? כי הכין הבורא יתברך בשבילן בית מערכות הנ"ל, because the creator create two systems, זה לעומת זה, one against each other, שעל ידיהן עוברות הנשמות ומתחלקות לבית בחינות, גוף ונפש. That the נשמות is being divided into two aspects, גוף ונפש, body and soul, המתלבשים זה בזה. That include with one another or clothing within one another, but at the Torah v'mitzvot, like we say before, and through the study of Torah לשמה, מצוות לשמה, נמצאים בסופם שיהפכו צורת הרצון לקבל כמו צורת הרצון להשפיע. So they changing the desire to receive, the egoism, for the desire to receive for the sake of sharing. What is the difference between desire to receive to the desire to receive for the sake of sharing? Desire to receive for the sake of sharing is the same as sharing. Because the only reason you receive, like we mentioned in Masechet Kiddushin, is for the sake of giving a chance for the person to give. But if, let's say somebody gives tzedakah, that's giving, right? But with the tzedakah, you want to control the whole organization. That's not giving. That's giving for the sake of receiving. And if person is receiving because they want to have just pleasure, that's receiving for the sake of receiving. The receiving for the sake of giving, meaning I'm only receiving because I know how much pleasure it's creating for you or for the creator. לעשות נחת רוח ליוצרו. I hope it's clear. So that's for the all giver who think they give. They don't give. They give to put their name, they pick to control the people who are running that organization. That's not giving. Anyway, so only through Torah mitzvot you can change. אז יכולים לקבל כל הטוב שבחשבת הבריאה. Now you have affinity with the Creator. When you have affinity with the Creator, you can receive all the goodness the Creator want to give you. יחד עם זה זוכים לדבקות חזקה בו יתברך. And while you're doing that, you have דבקות with Hashem, דבקות with the Creator, דבקות meaning cleaving, מפעד שזכו על ידי העבודה בתורה ומצוות להשוואת הצורה ליוצרם. Because through the study of Torah, through the study of גמילות חסדים, through the idea of mitzvot, you now have affinity with the Creator. And in the same time, you are receiving what the Creator want to give you. If the Creator want to give you a lot of gift, and you don't have ability to receive that gift, you suffer. Because you say, I'm doing everything right. I'm giving so much charity. I'm giving to 5 organizations charity and nothing work. Why? Because your all giving is to receive. Your giving is not to give. You want to gain something out of your giving. It's like somebody bought a Volvo for the rabbi. He bought a car called Volvo. Those of you know Volvo. But every day he check how the person parked the Volvo, how the person drive the Volvo. Is he using the Volvo correctly? Is overly controlling that rabbi. Did the rabbi say, you know what, here's the Volvo, here's the key, take it back. I don't want you giving. Because you're giving as an attachment. Once you give, forget about the giving. אין רצון לקבל עצמו. Same thing with receiving. If you already receive, ask yourself, why you receive? Are you receive the blessing of the Creator because you want to give pleasure to the Creator to receive His blessing? And because of that, the only way to do that, you have to have dvekut. The only way to get dvekut with the Creator, it has to be through Torah and mitzvot. So it's fixing the lack of dvekut into the real dvekut. That's the way to do things. שזה נבחן לגמר התיקון. Let's consider the end of the תיקון, like before Mashiach. ואז כיוון שלא יהיה עוד שום סדרה אחת מאה. And if that's what happened before the Mashiach came, and that's what happened in גמר התיקון, meaning there is no reason for the סדרה אחת, the other side, the dark side, the egoism to be exist, היא תתבער מן הארץ ויבולע המוות לנצח. She will be removed, that entity, that force of negativity, that force that making you so selfish will be removed, and the death will be buried for eternity. What is the connection to death? Because what is the death come from? Come from the Sitra Achra. Where is the Sitra Achra come from? From me thinking about myself all the time, while I'm giving or while I'm receiving. Can't get rid of it. So there is a way to get rid of it. Definitely not through giving. Because giving, you're always going to have an agenda of ego. Only special people know how to give without agenda. Matan Baseter, what it called. What is Matan Baseter? It's not that you give and nobody know you gave. It's when you give and the receiving out of that giving is nistar me'enecha, is hidden from you. You don't know what you're going to get from that. That's Matan Baseter. I hope it's clear. So it's and that's why you live forever. There is no more death. Death means an end of something. Where there is an end, when there is agenda. וכל העבודה בתורה ומצוות שניתנה לכלל העולם במשך 6,000 שנה, דאבי עלמא, and all this work in תורה ומצוות that was given to over 6,000 years, וכן כל פרט במשך 70 שנות חייו, and all the 70 years that person is alive or more, and אין לה להביאם לגמר התיקון של השוואת הצורה האמורה. It's only to bring you into place that you can have an affinity with the Creator. Now, is the Creator is waiting for you to have an affinity with Him? No. When you have an affinity with the Creator, all the goodness He want to give you, He can give it to you now. Baruch Hashem. All the wonderful happiness you want, and wonderful smile, and a good time. Otherwise, you can be in the middle of a villa in Italy, or Sardinia, or Greece, or I don't know where you are, Switzerland, and you suffer. You say, I have it all, and I can't enjoy it, because you don't have dvekut from the source of giving. What is the source of giving? The rich people? No. The rich people are meant to be rich, so they will be tested if they're going to give it or not. If they give it and they have agenda, they lost it. If they give it because they know that Hashem gave them that money so they can be giving. I know a lot of rich people who want to control, not just to give money. They want to be in charge of everything. Those people, unfortunately, will never enjoy their life. Even they think they do, they don't. They only can enjoy life when you have dvekut with the Creator. גם נתבהר היטב עניין התהוות ויציאת מערכת הקליפות הטומאה. Already clear, the idea why we need the system of negativity. Why God created the klipot? Why God created the impure system? מקדושתו התברך שאמור זה כדי להמשיך לבריאת הגופים. You need to do it so, otherwise how are you going to create the body from? The body is a selfish entity. To create a selfish entity, you have to create a selfish system. שאחר כך יתקנו אותו את הרצון לקבל. And then later, you're going to fix that as well. על ידי תורה מצוות, truth, תורה and מצוות. ואם לא היינו משכים לנו גפים ברצון לקבל, if the body themselves will not be selfish, שבהם המקולקל על ידי מערכת הטומאה, then it's already damaged, and it's already bad and negative, because it's come from the impure system, אז לא היה אפשר לנו לתקנו לעולם. We will never be able to fix that negativity, כי אין אדם מתקן מה שאין בו. Because a person cannot fix something he doesn't have. So the impure system has to be created and has to be in us, which is the body. So through us going through the Torah and mitzvot, the body fixed by itself, and then the body live forever, because the body is no longer as impurity or egoism. So the body is like the soul. The soul live forever, body live forever. But for that, a person has to get rid of the idea of desire to receive for oneself alone, of course, and change it to desire to receive for the sake of sharing. A lot of people are, unfortunately, misleading a lot of students of Kabbalah, and they tell them desire to receive for the sake of sharing, meaning you receive one slice of pizza and you pass it to Yossi. You take it from Yaakov, you pass it to Yossi. No. That's not what Rav Ashlag said. Rav Ashlag said that when Yaakov gives you the pizza, you have to say to yourself, I don't want that pizza. It's not I'm not in charge to give it to Yossi. Me, I don't want that pizza. But I know Yaakov is happy, so I'm going to receive the pizza from Yaakov to make him happy. That's called desire to receive for the sake of sharing with Yaakov. If after that you want to give it to Yossi, lama lo, that's a different work. Then when you give it to Yossi, the slice of pizza, don't try to impress Yossi, because that's giving for the sake of receiving. Nafalta עוד פעם, you fell again. You have to be careful from the receiving for yourself alone. You have to be careful. While you do giving and while you do receiving. Both area, you have to be careful from the selfish agenda. Not only the one who receive, the one who give. Unfortunately, a lot of people write a check and they want to be recognized as so important. Where is my name on the wall? Where is my name on the Torah? and blah, 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 and all the rest of it. It doesn't mean if you don't put your name on a building or you put your name on the Torah that you're actually giving with no agenda. You know, the giving with no agenda is real. It's not something that because you didn't put your name on the building that you don't go to the school and say, hey, do what I told you to do because I gave the money. It's the same thing. It doesn't matter if you put your name or not. Anyway, פרק ב' הרצון לקבל המתוקן. אמנם עדיין נשאר לו להבין סוף סוף כיוון שהרצון לקבל לעצמו הוא כל כך פגום וקולקל. איך יצא והיה במחשבת הבריאה באינסוף ברוך הוא שלאחדותו אין אגו מלפרשה. Doesn't matter how far we go with this explanation, still that selfish behavior, still this egoism, it's come from somewhere. And if we believe that the Ein Sof create everything, that the Ein Sof create whatever it is, then that's damage, that negative thing has to come from the Ein Sof. So how can that be? Ein Sof is so pure, so perfect, so amazing, create something so not amazing. העניין הוא, the idea is, כי באמת תכף במחשבת לברוא את הנשמות, it's true, from the beginning to create the soul, הייתה מחשבתו יתברך גומר את הכל. His thought of the creator was finish everything. כי אינו צריך לכלי מעשה כמון, he doesn't need a vessel, fork, knife, chisel, hammer, I don't know what else, to finish whatever he want to finish. The creator think, the manifest, that's it. ותכף יצאו ונתאבו כל הנשמות וכל העולמות העתידים להיבראות. Immediately all the soul and all the עולמות was created, מלאים בכל הטוב והעונג והאור שחשב באדם, fulfill with all the pleasure and the goodness that the creator want to fulfill within them, עם כל תכלית שלמותן הסופית שהנשמות עתידות לקבל בגמר התיקון, with all the completion of what the soul meant to be receiving in the end of the תיקון when they have an affinity with the creator, דהיינו אחר שהרצון לקבל הנשמות כבר קיבל תיקונו בשלמות, ונתהפך להיות השפעה טהורה, meaning the same way it's going to happen in the end of time, when there is no more רצון לקבל within us, when there's no more selfish agenda within us, and it's only giving, our receiving is only giving. I don't want water, but I know it gives you pleasure to give me water. למה לא? I don't eat carb, but you give me carb, I will have a bite of your cookie, just to give you a נחת רוח. בהשוואת הצורה גמורה למעציל יתברך. This is from זוהר משפטים או זוהר בראשית. והוא מטעם כי בנצחיותו יתברך העבר עתיד וההווה בשם אחד. If we talk about that Hashem is eternal, Hashem is נצחי, eternity, right? It's forever. If it's forever, then עברו ועתיד is the same. Then past, present, future is one, right? אדון עולם אשר מלך, right? Hashem מלך, Hashem מלך אשר ימלוך. No, this is the one. There's no difference between past, present, and future. So it's one, והעתיד משמש לו כהווה, the future is like the now, ואין עניין מחוסר זמן נוהג כמו יתברך. There's no time, that lacking of time, or less time, there's no time there. What is time? Distance between two forces, right? How is Albert Einstein define time? What is actually time? A certain amount of movement from space. What is movement? Movement meaning from A to B, that's a space. What's the movement? The speed of that movement, that's what we call time. So the same thing in spirituality. If the Creator doesn't have any past, present, and future, מטעם זה לא היה כלל עניין הרצון לקבל המקולקל בצורה דפירודה באינסוף ברוך הוא. For that reason, the desire to receive from us alone, which called egoism, which include within the Ein Sof, when the Ein Sof is perfect, how can selfishness include within the Ein Sof? Because the selfishness and the egoism in the Ein Sof is not considered a bad thing. Because past, present, future are one. So the fixing for the desire to receive for oneself alone, the ego is already there. So if the fixing is there, there is no problem. I hope it's clear for everybody. So it's not separate from the Ein Sof ברוך הוא. אלא להפך, שאותה השוואת הצורה עתידה לגלות בגמר התיקון הופיעה לצרף לצריכותו יתברך. Whatever we're supposed to receive in the end of time, בית המקדש, משיח, תחיית המתים, קיבוץ גלויות, 4, we already did קיבוץ גלויות, that's why we have ארץ ישראל. So we have 3 left. And that idea is already included with the Ein Sof, because the Ein Sof doesn't have time. So that means the תחיית המתים, meaning the resurrection of the dead, meaning resurrection of that aspect in me that is dead. Which aspect of me is dead? The selfishness. So that selfishness is being resurrected in the Ein Sof, because there is no time. ולעשות זה אמרו חז"ל, בפרקי דרבי אליעזר, קודם שנברא העולם היה הוא ובשמו אחד. Before the world was created, it was he and his name are one. כי הצורה דפירודה, שברצון לקבל, this idea of separation, that include within our body, לא נתגלתה כלל במציאות הנשמות שיצאו במחשבת הבריאה. Was not revealed at all within the existence of the soul that came out in the thought of the creator, אלא הם היו דבוקות בו בהשוואת הצורה. They were totally connected, stick, with cleaving toward the creator, בסוד הוא ובשמו אחד, within the secret of he and his name are one. And for that reason, we will have to study the three aspects of the level of the soul that we're going to do next time, B'ezrat Hashem.